States. Hi, Anna. Uh, hey, Anna, and introduce yourself a little bit more. Maybe I didn't highlight something else.
Sure. Yeah, you highlighted maybe the most important things of my career. I have 10 years of experience in such company as Apple, Fasten, BitClave, VK.com in Russia. I moved from Russia 7 years ago and continued my career as a product manager here in the US. So apart from that, I'm a host and owner of the YouTube channel called Podcast, where I'm talking about product management, job search, immigration to the US, and all difficulties that immigrants encounter during their path through that like immigration way. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's absolutely amazing, and I watched couple of your videos, and that's absolutely amazing, especially for a Russian speaking audience, because you're giving so many great advices, and like you're talking about such a narrow things. And actually I have a really interesting book, and which I knew from your channel,
Mhm.
read by generalist triumph in a specialized role. So it's a really great and amazing. Thanks for all your advices. And yes.
Yeah, and yeah, unfortunately for our audience, if we have not only Russian speakers, my channel is only in Russian language, but I'm thinking to start videos, recording videos in English, the same topics, the same like audience, immigrants. Yeah, I'm really like passionate about immigrants, and I'm really want to help immigrants to adjust to the US. I know how difficult it is. I am an immigrant, and I walked through all that struggles all my way and keep doing that probably.
Exactly. So all immigrants try to help others immigrants to pass this way, but it's still very hard, emotional. And today, like we just gonna talk a little bit your specific industry. I mean, product management, and it's a really interesting. When people heard about product management, they think it's a something which it's a profession which require programming background. So and let's talk about more, and all people dream to work at FAANG. So and let's just highlight this interesting moment. Is it possible, and do you need to have a programming background if you want to work in tech companies?
Yeah, that's a great question. I can say no, it's not required for product management manager to write a code, but it's required to understand, at least in a high level, how it works, like all technical stuff. For example, you product managers must know what's the difference between front end and back end, what server is, how database work, what clients are, what the difference between mobile, iOS and Android. So that's required. That must have. And some jobs require more like deeper technical skills. For example, if you're a product manager for technical tool, or for example, you are an API product manager, you more likely require to have at least technical background, coding background. You might not have to code right now on your current job, but you should have this experience in the past, like came from
Mhm.
engineering. So it depends on your role. Mostly, no, you are not required to write a code, but some positions require to do that. So, and you have to know high level technical stuff.
Okay, so that's a really great point, because like sometimes people, oh, I would like to try myself in at the product manager position, but I do not know how to code in, and they even not trying. But like everything's depend on each single role. You have to read job description very clearly and just to understand what is the requirement and try to fit your skills with this job description.
That's correct. That's correct. And moreover, I can say that it's actually sometimes it's a friction for a product manager. If the product manager has a engineering background, it might limit a product manager from creating something outside of the box.
Uh,
So that's also might be a problem if you're too technical, if you're an engineer, you know some limitation, what's possible, what's not, and this limits you from creating something like breakthrough, for example.
Yeah. So, guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Use this great opportunity and write your comments below. And Anna, of course, and me will try to answer on all your questions because it's a very narrow topic we are discussing about product management. And if you have specific questions, ask us. And so, of course, I just try to pretend that I'm a person who would like to try myself as a product manager. How I can prepare myself for like how it looks like this product management interview process, especially at FAANG, because it's a very fancy companies, and like how I can prepare myself to this process.
This is a whole book question. I don't want to waste our time. I can to prepare for interviews for Facebook, Amazon, Google. I would recommend to read book called Cracking the PM Interview. There is the whole book about the interviews at fund companies. But like in a nutshell, I can say that the interview at fund companies differs from other interviews. That it's predicted, so you know exactly what type of question you will be asked compared with like other companies. So
Mhm.
and they usually ask three types of questions. First is product design questions. For example, how would you design a mobile application for cat owners? How would you improve Facebook Marketplace? Like, how would you improve parking experience? It might not only be about digital products, it might be about your real life. So that type of question, it's called product design. The second type of question is product execution. It's mostly about metrics, like set a goal for Instagram stories, how the success would look like for Oculus, or it might be problem solving questions also in this execution bucket. For example, the Instagram stories views dropped by 20% overnight. What happened? So, and you need to like just guess what might happen. And you need to slice and dice this problem to finally find the real cause of this problem. So this is the second type of question you will be asked on these for these companies, and the third is leadership. It mostly behavioral question. Tell me about your time you were disagreed with your team. How tell me about your time you motivated your team, like etc. That kind of like leadership question. And strategy also. Yes, I forgot about strategies. It's like, should Twitter launch their own like chat GPT, for example? Yeah, that's like about strategy. So yeah, the difference is that interviews, questions for interviews for fund companies, predictable. You know exactly, and knowing that fact, you have to prepare. So what they expect from you, that you are prepared very well, better than anyone else.
Mhm.
So that's the key. Preparation is the key. That's why people who want to get this job prepare for 1, 2, 3 months, sometimes like years. I've heard many stories. People just like they tried to get this job, they failed. They had 6 months to prepare. They tried again and they passed or they failed. and then they have another time to prepare. Yeah, and this is a loop. So if you fail one time, it doesn't mean that you cannot try again. So you can, like in 6 months or in 1 year, depends on the company. The freeze is time is different, but like people are trying and trying and like practicing, preparing, and finally they get this job.
Okay, so it's a really interesting point. Thank you so much for sharing, because like I think many people will be really surprised that it's predicted. And like why company, like they are very transparent with their applicants, like that what we are expecting. So they this is just kind of filter just to understand, do you really want to work at our company, or you're just joking, or you're just trying. So like if they see that you are prepared, I think it's so obvious to see that this person just learned all these answers on all these questions. But for companies, that means that you make an effort to
Right.
learn all this, and that the all this your preparations means that you are very serious in your intention to get this job position. Yes, so
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And also, I think this other reason is transparency. So, company gives the equal opportunity for everyone. If they ask, for example, one type of question to one candidate and another type of question to another candidate, it's hard to like uh, kind of balance and say that all candidates were in equal position. And now they said, okay, this is our questions. You have to prepare. Yeah, this equal for everyone, regardless of your, I don't know, background.
okay, so thanks for answering. It's really great. Yeah, and I have another one question. So, like, if I decided to try myself as a product manager, what type of background will be the best to make me fit well in this job position? So
Hmm.
then it's the right way to start you to in this direction. What type of
uh,
background you really need?
Yeah, great question. There is no right and wrong background for to be a product manager. Product manager is very comprehensive position. It consists of a lot of small pieces, different pieces. And if you just compare two product managers, they all have different backgrounds. Like for example, I came from marketing, so my colleague came from engineering, and she has engineering background. And I know a lot of people who had transitioned from QA, customer success, support, design, sales, also product, or sorry, business owners, founders. Is a really great product managers. So there is no good and bad background. So what you need to do is to the best, yeah, the best way to start your PM role is to have this transition from the adjacent jobs. So all positions, all jobs who work with product managers can be a product manager in the future. So just like because
Mm,
product managers work with different people, different roles, different stakeholders, and they all can be a product manager, well, like pretty easily. Yeah, they just need to attach to product manager, understand this role, and try to dig deeper into this role, help product manager to do that. So that's the first way. The second, as I mentioned, is business owners, founders of the company. They are actually product managers. They built a product, they launched a company. They might be successful, they might not be successful, but they usually do have this product background. And I work with people with this background. They come to the US, and for some reason they cannot launch new business here. They need like money, or they want a more stable position, they need visa, they need other benefits, perks, like etc. So we just try to kind of divide his like financial stuff, like for example, like getting investment from product, just like
mhm.
separate it and focus on like only product experience for founders. So founders actually really great product managers. And the third way, how to become a product manager, which skills you need, is internship and programs like associate product manager. So there, these programs is for people without any product experience. But usually, if we talk about internship, big companies like Meta um, hire people from institutes, from universities, new students, new graduates from universities with technical backgrounds, and kind of rotate them in these companies and teach them how to be product manager. Starting from small things like get data from database, like using SQL, for example. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then the next step. Okay, you get this data. Okay, and now you need to make a conclusion from this data, like more
Mhm.
product stuff. Yeah, from like technical stuff, just like pull this data and analyze this data to make some conclusion, right? So etc. So this is like a third like way how people become a product manager, to just like join these programs like internship or APM product or RPM in Meta,
That's
rotational
such,
product management. Yeah.
sorry, this is such a great point. Like it's
Yeah.
really three non-obvious ways how you become a product manager. So like
Yeah.
if you didn't consider yourself, maybe you are a really great candidate. We
I
have
think everyone can be product manager. Yeah, you just need
yeah,
to like be proactive, curious. You have to like people, your users. You have to like technology. You have to be like entrepreneurial inside. Um,
ownership.
yeah, ownership definitely. Yeah, responsibility. Some design thinking, creativity. You have to have these. Skills like and desires in your head, and I think everybody can be. You, Anna, probably can be a product
Thank you
manager.
so
Yeah.
much. So thank you so
Yeah.
much. I think it's a really great point. And we have
Mhm.
questions from our audience, from Tatiana. Thanks for a question. What is the best way to move from marketing position to PM? What kind of skills should I learn, prove, and where?
Great question. Yeah, because I was a marketing manager before my transition to PM. What helped me a lot is user experience, user knowledge. Because as a marketing manager, you know how to get users inside, how to analyze users. You have this user understanding. Because what is product management? Product management is users, technology, and business. So as a marketing manager, you definitely know that user side. So the second, what you need like to learn about technology and about business. Maybe as a marketing manager, you already know how your business operates, what's the how your business make money, like how like the revenue stream, like etc. All this. Maybe you already know. If not, you have to learn this business side, and also you need to learn the technology behind of your business. Or if it's a new product, just Google it and understand how this business operates. For example, there are a lot of information about like technology behind Uber. Just Google and learn how Uber works behind on the technical side, and that's it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I have a next question. So, like regarding this one question, are there any certifications or degrees required to this role? What companies usually ask? Like, what type of education you have to get?
They usually ask to have a bachelor or master's degree, depends on the company. But bachelor degree is enough. If you have experience, relevant experience, you don't actually need any certification and like degrees and education. So, for example, my education is not great. I do have master's degree in Russia, and it's not like the best what I can show here. So that's why I put my education at the bottom of my resume. But I have experience. So nobody asked me for these 7 years in the US, nobody asked me to provide my diploma or show any kind of education. So if you are new, absolutely new, without any experience, or if you apply for programs like internship, associate PM, like program, RPM, they will ask you for education, because they need at least something to prove your knowledge. So, and that's why for internship, I know they usually require technical education, like computer science, data science education in the US. But it also depends on the company. So you need to write a description. So because it's usually like, if you write a description, you can usually see like bachelor's degree in computer science, for example, or relevant experience. So if you have relevant experience, like at least 3 years of experience, you don't need to provide any specific education. If you don't have this experience, you need to provide this education and show that you have like technical, at least like for your technical skills, you provide your education.
Yeah, that's actually a really great point. And let's just a little bit talk more about current situation. I mean, this economic situation, recession, and people really struggling with job searching right now in 2023, and so many pretty experienced people from really great companies, they just looking for a new job. And what's going on right now is it's not easy, or I could say that it's a really terrible situation. I mean, like, and we shouldn't concentrate that it's terrible situation. We have to concentrate on positive
Mhm.
way. But like, what is the main struggle here right now in that situation? How you could you describe it, and how we can help ourselves to get our job faster?
Yeah, the situation is definitely difficult. It's more difficult than even like last year or 2 years ago, and especially like COVID time, when tech companies were hiring as like crazy, hiring everyone. So what's going on right now? So a lot of people were laid off. So as far as I know, depends on the source. So on the site, layoff, FYI, like 300,000 people were laid off for the last 4 months, started from November, end of October. So let's say
It's like my small
300,000.
city where I'm from. Whole
Yes, yeah,
city.
yeah. And that I bet this number is higher, because LinkedIn recently showed me 500,000. So half of a million people were laid off. Uh,
Professionals.
Professionals, yeah. On the other side, companies have hiring freeze. A lot of companies. Some companies are hiring right now. It's usually small companies, startups, and middle-sized companies. Big companies like Google, Meta, Amazon, they are also hiring, but it's not in this large scale. You still can find job openings at Meta, but they're hiring for very specific position, very specific team. So, and there were like fewer job openings. So, what we have? More people on the market, less job openings on the market, less jobs. So it means that the market is the employer, yeah, and the competition within candidates are really high, very high. What caused that is that the salary range dropped down. Even I can see right now the salary for my position. They're in, you cannot find these crazy salaries as it was no, 1 year ago, for example. So the salary drops down, and but requirements like raised. So, and like finally we have like high competition for a lower salary. And I think the best position, like startups has the best position right now, because for the lower salary they can hire more skilled professionals. um,
For less
and
money.
Yes, yeah. So that's the reality. That's what happens right now in the market. How long it will be, I don't know. I guess at least this year. This year will be uh, bad and difficult for candidates. I don't know. Maybe next year will be better. So I cannot predict that, but my gut feeling told me that Anna, this year you need to tighten your belt. Yeah, this is not the year you can just like get 250K salary as like last year, for example. So what should candidates do is to prepare better. We already talked about preparation. Prepare better, and also some nuances make sense right now. For example, domain expertise. So, like 5 years ago, domain expertise was important, but it wasn't crucial for companies to hire you. Yeah, because as a product manager, okay, you work at health care, you work like on like ed tech, you can learn. It's actually yeah, you just need like a little bit more time. You need extra, maybe 2 months to dig deeper into the domain, like this domain, and learn. And it's not a big deal. But currently, they prefer candidates with specific domain expertise. So, as a candidate, what you need to do to define what's where is your strength, which domain expertise is your strength. The first one, and emphasize that if you apply for the company, and you need to emphasize that. So I have this experience. I have not just only skills you need. I have this domain expertise, like
Mm.
domain knowledge. So if you don't want to work for a specific domain and you have expertise in different domain that's not in your resume, you need to prove your recruiter that you know this domain. Like for example, me, I don't have fitness and health in my resume. But I think I'm better than many candidates about that because all my life is about running, fitness, health, like etc. So I need to somehow prove my recruiter and said, "Hey, recruiter, I ran like several marathons. I prepared for marathons. I'm better than your product manager who never ran marathon, for example." Yeah,
I'm not
I
those persons who just heard about this. I'm practicing this. I know this industry inside.
Right. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, but you need to prove that. You need to show that. You need to maybe like emphasize in your resume on a cover letter, or it's better to ask someone to introduce you to this recruiter or hiring manager and say, "This is Anna. She ran several marathons. She know how it is from inside. She doesn't have a domain knowledge in your resume, but she knows this domain from her personal life, for example."
Mhm.
So try to find someone to introduce you if you don't have this domain expertise.
Or your domain expertise or your hobbies. So what do you have
Yes.
of? So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
maybe reading a lot about just it's your hobby, you didn't work at this industry, but
Hmm.
highlight all your skills. Just it's a time to gather up, just to highlight all your skills, all your talents. It's a time to show up, just to be gathered, concentrated, and just not be shy at all.
Yeah, not all. You need to highlight your skills specifically for this
Specifically.
position. Yes, yeah. If this position require this domain knowledge and these skills, highlight this. Remove all other skills or put it down somewhere, hide it. I don't know. So just you need to be very specific. You need to emphasize, and you have to be that person that they are looking for. Like put yourself on a recruiter's position. So, for
Yeah.
example, I'm a recruiter at startup, like now 2023 crisis. There are a lot of people in the market, and I received 1,000 resumes. Like, well, once in a life, such a generous year for me. I received 1,000 resume, like for one recruiter. Yeah.
Yeah.
What does? Yeah, just think about this recruiter. What does he do? They just like remove, like I don't know, throw out like 90% of resume and have 100, and try to like select from this 100 pretty similar resumes, because there are a lot of people on the market very with similar skills. Yeah, and they try to like, okay, yeah, and now I need to prioritize through these like 100 resumes. What's better for me? Okay, yeah, I probably like people from this background or this background, on this knowledge, or yeah, you need to feed like exactly, yeah, to that, because
Yeah,
you compete with hundreds like you. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I,
and
I
definitely preparation, better preparation.
remember.
Yeah,
Do you
and
have
just focus on what you really like, because you cannot apply for everything, and you just doesn't fit to all position, and you waste your energy, you waste your time, and because you will probably receive a rejection. You will be
Yeah,
rejected if you are not like a best match for this position. It affects your mood, and that's the worst. What's happening with the candidates? They
yeah,
just receive a lot of rejections, and they're like sad. They lose their motivation, and they don't want to like do anything. So just don't apply for the position that you might be rejected. You're not the best fit for this. Don't do that.
let's just be honest with yourself first of all.
Yes, yes, yeah,
Yeah, and I'm really, it's a really great point. And I remember I was watching one of your videos when you were discussing with your guests about specialists and generalists. And
yeah,
from for people who like Russian speaking audience, we are just try to show our skills, but it's easy to HR specialists to hire specialists. So
hmm,
like just don't like mess with this up, because like people just struggling who you are,
yes,
human, who you are. And like
yeah,
another one great point, like it's my just insight that you, first of all, before applying for a job, you have to ask yourself what I actually really want, what is my dream job, what I want. This is a really the most difficult questions, because people just, oh, it's a good job position, okay, let's try to apply. Oh, this good job, this good, but what do you want actually? Let just sit down, calm down, ask yourself like what you really want. Okay,
yeah.
and
That's
yeah, and we have another one question. So from Tatiana. Tatiana, thanks for your activity today. I'm really appreciate this. Is really interview for PM is the hardest part of PM's work? I heard this statement.
I can say yes. I can say yes, because sometimes the interview and what you really do at work absolutely doesn't match. Yeah. So, and I've heard like multiple times from people like at Meta, I passed these crazy interviews and I started working. It's so easy. I just do nothing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because usually at your regular routine work, you do the same stuff. Okay, you analyze your users, do you conduct user research, think about like analyze market, competitors, work with engineers, create a roadmap, create backlog, create the PRD documents. Everything is pretty similar, but I don't know why interviews so crazy. They just try to trick you all the time. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
actually so true. Like, when you compare a job description and what you actually do, and you like,
Yeah,
everything's know these rules in this game, and everybody's this is, that's okay. It's normal. Like,
because it's really hard to assess product manager, because you cannot easily assess engineer. You just ask them to write a code. This is good code, bad code. I don't know. Like this code works. This code doesn't work. That's
Mm,
it. Yeah, you
yeah,
can. Yeah, you can evaluate your engineer, but how to assess a product manager?
yeah,
It's just like there is no like specific criteria how to assess it. Yeah,
yeah.
and yeah, and people lie in their resume, and people lie in their stories. Tell me about yourself. They can say, oh, I launched I don't know, like Telegram. Yeah, I launched like Twitter with Elon Musk. I don't know like what's not with Elon Musk, with like Joe Dorsey. Yeah, something like that. People can lie. How can you just prove that? You cannot. So that's
Yeah,
why, yeah, it's really difficult to hire product manager. That's why
yeah.
the questions, the interview process is very tricky, and it's very responsible role, especially if it's the your first or second product manager in a startup. It's product manager can ruin your business. You know, like yeah, like tricky. You hire a product manager select the wrong strategy, and boom, your business is died. Yeah, is dead. Yeah,
OMG, OMG. Like, you have to be very careful
right.
hiring
Yeah,
manager. And like,
yeah.
it's all the time cocktail of hard and soft skills. So like, it's we will talk about later. We have another
Okay.
question. And so do you personally approve of this month's long preparation interview process? It seems superficial, like school exams where you just learn things by heart to pass instead of actual knowledge. uh
I try to understand that. Do you personally approve of this months long preparation interview process? I I I I I didn't get it. Can you rephrase me, please?
so like did you approve like you like it was a couple of months when you have a gap like between the jobs, do you still approve in your interview skills? As I understood this, guys, we have a questions to the audience. If you have ideas like how to we can rephrase this question, like send out your ideas. We
So
would
if
like.
the question about the gap, it's not a problem. Yeah. So if it's about the gap, so but if it's not about the, yeah, please write this question. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, differently.
uh, as you told that product manager is like he has to know lots of things like you say like product process, business processes, working with others team, and it's more about like generalist. And I watched a couple in your recent videos that for generalist professions it's very easiest way to trying to looking for a job through the networking. So engage your networking connections. So what you could say about this, how networking could help you to get in the job? Maybe you have your own tips or discoveries, like how to make this really great tool as a networking help you in getting a job.
Yeah, I think networking is the tool number one. You have to, the skill number one you have to learn when you are born. I think from your like childhood you have to learn how to build your network, and it's helpful in different aspects, and it's in your business life and your personal life. Like for personal life, when you immigrate to other country, for example, you already have friends through your network. For example, when
Mhm.
you're just that's my personal experience. I When I moved to the US, I already had Russian people who moved before, and people who I had known previously when I lived in Russia.
Mhm.
So, and they became my first friends in the US, like, and helped me to adjust at least like first couple months to understand what's going on here. It's a new country. What's like
Yeah.
how to get my driver license, I know how to open my bank account, etc. So that's super helpful. Like regarding the business or job search, it's definitely the way number one what you should think if you need to find a job or to launch a business. Just go through your circles, like first like friends, and try to find a friend who might apply, refer to the company, who might help you with advice, who might review your resume, who might uh, provide you mock interview, who might introduce to another person like for business, like etc. So that's I don't know, it's essential, I can say. It's really
Mhm.
essential. And I found my first second and last job through the networking, through my
Mm,
friends or community or something like, my ex-colleagues, somebody like people I knew before. So that's a key. And even now I keep building my networking. And I know that like even now I need people to help me. For example, Anna, you, how how we met each other. Like I posted on
Facebook. It was absolutely
women in tech group. I created a post, and Anna reached out to me and said, "Oh, Anna, like let's
perfect.
chat." Yeah, and we chatted, and now we're recording a video, and then we will record something else, and maybe we will run the business like in the future. That's like what's how networking works. Yeah.
It's a really great point, and I was thinking to ask you. When people lose their job, they feel in a very vulnerable position. Like they are not strong. They do not have these incomes or stuff like that, and they get used to think about themselves as a strong persons. And when
Mm-hmm.
you lose your job, you start to feel vulnerable. Sometimes sick even from all this situation, and some people very shy to ask that about help. It's not easy peasy, like just to say, guys, I need help. And asking for a help, it's another one thing that Russian speaking people struggling with, because like uh, guys, I need help. And they think that others people gonna say, like, why are you asking about help? I was thinking you're super cool, you're super experienced. Just like, no, people do not think in this way, especially in this situation, yeah, right now. And what can you say, like, how people like can deal with their shyness and
Mm-hmm.
go through this and ask about help publicly?
Yeah, and I think it's not just a Russian-speaking feature. It's I think like everybody has this kind of like struggle from um, uh, shy or being uncomfortable and confident, like etc. So, and this is a great point. It's really hard. When you are laid off, when you lose your job, you feel that something wrong with you, and you feel like, oh gosh, so, and started like thinking about that, what I did wrong, what should I have done better. Yeah, maybe like it's a bad thought. So that this is definitely bad thought that I try to uh, give to people like in my video, that all rejections, and if you're like lay off laid off, it's not about you. More likely it's not about you. So if you are not like, if you didn't give a bribe to your partners, yeah, like it's not about you. This situation is like is difficult. Yeah, something happened in your company is losing money, or and they need to cut the budget, like expenses there. That's why they lay off people, blah blah blah. So it's not about you. That's the first you need to accept, that all this rejection, layoffs, and everything related to your job is not about you. So
Do not
that's
blame
first.
yourself.
Yeah, don't blame yourself. Nothing wrong with you. This is how business works. Yeah, this is like you, it's about business, it's about their problem, their desires, their like, I don't know, like goals. It's not about you. That's the first you need to accept. Yeah, the second, if you are shy to ask the for help, honestly, people really like giving advice. All people like help each other. So when you ask for help, you actually give another person the opportunity to shine, to feel better, to kind of express themselves, to do something good for someone. So just don't be shy. Yeah, like when you ask for help, you actually help another people to feel
To
better.
represent, yeah, to represent
Right.
your skills.
Right. Yeah. That's why, yeah, when you start thinking this direction, so you're not asking for help. I don't know, if you're not asking like $1 million, like, so let's say you ask for advice or you ask for something that easy to do. It's not about like money or even money. Yeah, if you ask about to give you like $100, it's not a big deal. I can do you like yeah, you can just you should not even return me this $100. So yeah, if it's necessary for your like live kids, like you feel better, like take that. So yeah, so just switch your mind from like me asking for something and being intrusive, being like I don't know, to like okay, I ask him, I give them an opportunity to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then people who help, they come home like, oh, I helped like so many. I gave them $100. I'm so cool. Yeah. Yeah.
That that's absolutely great. So like it's not your weakness, it's just true what's happened in your life. And people are really want to help others because they want to feel better. They in a strong position. And
Right. Like
at this moment,
superiority, position of superiority.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, and they think about only themselves, guys. And this is like my statement during my whole life, that people think only about themselves. And like if you think that what others people think about me, maybe what if I will do some mistakes, people do not care, because people so struggling about their own feelings, about their own problems. It's such a great point. And I think when I saw your comment, like this post in this group, I was thinking, oh my god, she's so brave. She's
Mhm.
popular, she's kind of celebrity, like very almost in a very narrow spot, and she brave enough to show that, guys, yeah, I have a problem. And I think it's not weakness, it's about your strength, because you can represent, you're honest. And when you show like when you're vulnerable, it's not vulnerable, it's about your superpower to show that I have different situation. I'm not like
Yeah.
represent yourself from different points of view. And of course, like people are really different. Some people could say something like, she's asking about how she has a problem, but you do not need help from those kind of people. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I really like asking for help. The worst I can get is oh, no, Anna, or just like avoid the answering. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the worst. And usually I do get this help. I do something like really great. And sometimes I have like maybe different situation. A lot of people want to help me, and I don't know. Okay, I don't need help anymore. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Please stay on the line. Like,
Yeah.
let's schedule all of you guys. I'm so sorry. I see you, like you want to help me, but I'm so sorry. Stay in line.
Yeah.
That's a really great, like so people also would wanted to help, not I mean professionally, just in general, like you said, to send 100 bags. Like I'm from those type of people. If you need the money, like just to survive for a couple of days, we all can be in this difficult situation. And that situation, I mean, with layoffs, that shows that nothing is stable. You have to think about yourself all the time. You have to create like you have to financial like some money to survive in the future. You have to think about yourself and be prepared for that. Anything can happen, like, and you can predict it, and like be okay with this uncertain situation. I have another one last question from me.
Okay.
After this we will read our comments, and I just, yeah, we have to wrap up soonly. So, and you told that you have been running for like participating in different marathons. I know how difficult it is, and like running 42 kilometers, I don't know, it's 26 miles maybe around, and it's hard. Oh my God, it's so hard. I saw people after these marathons, they kind of they have this euphoria. They're so happy. They like because endorphins coming around, and like how you can describe how these running marathons helps you in your professional pathway?
Oh, that's a great question. I really thinking right now about creating a video like life as a marathon. Yeah, how to like
Oh,
the
wow.
marathon approach to like all your life, because life is actually a marathon. So what's the difference between sprint and marathon. So in sprint, you need to push hard from the beginning and run as fast as possible for, I don't know, like 2 minutes. Yeah. And then you die. Yeah. Because you just like your heart rate is super high. Yeah. And yeah, you just push like all your efforts. So, and you cannot do the same approach in marathon. I know people who just like, marathon, like let's start, and they push hard, and after like 5-10 kilometers they started like slowing down, and then at the end they just don't have energy at all. How marathons, how you should spread your effort during marathon? You start like slowly, or like a specific pace. All people are like in front of you, like run away, and you're just behind running. But then those people started like slowing down, started like losing their energy and everything, like power, and you just like pass them because you spread all your energy during all that route all the way. So that's, you can approach for like, apply this approach for all your life. So for example, if you need to do something, you don't need to start crazy. You need to, if you need to, like, for example, okay, running, like fitness, you need to lose weight. Yeah, good example. You need to lose 20 kilos. And like tomorrow, I will stop eating. No, it doesn't work that way. You need to like, okay, 20 kilos. How long should I do that? What's the comfortable way to losing weight? Probably like 2-3 kilos per month. So I need like 10 months to lose these in a healthy way. So like 2 kilos is like 500 grams, half of a kilo per week. Yeah. So, and you started like cutting a little bit, like, oh, today I eat 100 kilos less, like, etc. Calories, 100 calories less, and like, and that's how you spread your all your diet. So if you stop eating tomorrow, you
Mhm.
will give up in like in a week or even earlier. You start, no, I cannot do that, like all your diet is shit, yeah, I don't want to do that. So that's and you can apply it for business, for your work life. Yeah, if you start a new project and work 24 hours, you will burn out in 1 month. So you need to know, okay, I love this project. I have to make this done in 1 year. So I have to work 7 hours per day, for example, and then I have to rest. I have to do something
Mhm.
else too, because my project is a marathon. It's not a sprint that I have to finish in 1 week and working 24 hours per day and then burn out and be tired and like want to die after that. So
It's such a really wise advice, because like people, I think people really addicted of getting fast results. So that's why like you worked in marketing, and I'm a marketing person. I know like all banners, people just how to learn English in 3 days, how to lose 10 kilograms in 2 days, else
bad marketing.
it's a bad marketing. But people just it's about clickbaits. Like people loved these advices because they just wanted to do something very quickly and get results, because our brain getting pleasure from results, not from the process. And marathons, it's about feeling well from the process, getting
Process,
pleasure from
yeah.
the process. And it's a very, it's a very wise advice actually.
Hmm.
Just be careful about yourself, take a rest,
Yeah.
schedule your rest time.
Yeah. I had a great advice from my coach when I was preparing for the marathon. He said, okay, Anna, there is a like Austin Marathon is very hard, it's hilly, it's ups and downs. And
Mm,
he said, Anna, there is a hill, downhill at the beginning of the marathon. Don't speed up, slow down on this hill, because a lot of people have attention to speed up on this hill. That results pain in quads at the end. So the legs, the quads actually like die at the end of the marathon because they
mhm.
speed up on these hills. It's really hard. It's really hard to stop yourself, slow down on the hill. You want to speed up. You really want to speed up because it's like downhill. And coach said, no, you need to slow down on this hill. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. It's so like to slow you
same
down.
price.
It's so hard.
It's
Yeah.
so hard when you feel that I can run
Yeah.
faster. So it's a really great point. It's like, it's comparing from fairy tale, turtle and rabbit. Yes,
Yes.
like we can achieve a better results. It's so smart. And let's take a look. Maybe we have questions from the audience. Guys, I just wanted to say thank you. You're so active today and just ask all your questions. We're going to choose them and just to read them and answer on these. Okay, I'm transitioning from engineering to product. How to best explain my reasons when I asked during the interview?
Great question. Yeah.
Transition is really popular right now. Yeah.
Yeah, as an engineering, you have a technical background. That's great. And what you need to prove your interviewers that you want to impact business first. You want to see the business impact, like value for business. You want to bring value for business. That's first, and you want to bring value for users. You want to improve people's life, your users experience, your, like, I don't know, like rating satisfaction, like etc. That's two way you need to select for yourself what's the best for you. You cannot probably say both reasons, but it's like what you should think about. You need to focus on something that's better for you to convince your interviewer.
Mhm,
It's either business, yeah, or like users. I personally prefer users. When I
mhm,
talk about like product management, why I like product management, I said I really want to make people's life better. That's actually what I'm doing. Like I like helping people. I like just improving people experience. That's my personal motivation. Yeah.
yeah, that's really great. And another one questions. And are you ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see
Hi,
said
Anna. Love your blog. You see, we have a couple of fans of your blog. Like you, I have a product design degree, but I now realize that the product manager role suits me better. Oh, we inspired some people. How can I pivot into this career here in the United States? Associate PM or another role?
Yeah, 2023, just a reminder, a lot of these IPM programs are closed and internships are closed this year. When will it be open? I don't know. So the best way for you, said first, is to try this transition within your company, the company you work for as a product designer. Just attach to product manager and start doing some other stuff apart from your design. For example, impact on business. You probably know users very well, but you need business side and you need the technical side, how to implement it. Is it feasible or not? What's the business impact we can have with this feature? Like start to collaborate more closely with your product manager. If you're working, that's the easiest way for you to have this transition. If you already work and you have a product manager. If you are not working right now, for example, you already were laid off, you need to adjust your resume and to prove that you actually a product manager. You can do that. So that's a little bit tricky. You can emphasize your previous work. If you do impact, again, product management is about impact, make things done. What did you do? You just not create a design. Yeah, you create a design for what? To improve conversion rate, to increase your user base, to, I don't know, increase customer satisfaction, to earn money for your business, for something, for what? Yeah, so you need to adjust your resume and bring this value. So that's the first. Second, if you have a side projects, so you can do freelance. You can also sell yourself as a like product designer, like freelancer, maybe doing some product stuff, like something like add this. So you need to adjust your resume. You cannot apply for product position without any experience. So
Mm,
you won't be considered like this is 2023. You compete with,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, that's why I think the first option is transition within the company. The same company is the best. But if you're not working, you can just adjust your resume and try to sell yourself as a product manager. Yeah,
Oh, that's
don't
a
don't be afraid of lie a bit. Like, yeah.
okay, guys. We have another one
Yeah.
question. So, like, or can you build some sort of portfolio sample cases? And if yes, how and when do you present them as a proof of competency instead of formal experience?
Uh, I've never seen that. I've never been asked for portfolio as a product manager. As a product manager, they ask for a resume where you can put your achievement numbers. You need to put like I increased conversion rate by 20% by conducting user research, blah blah blah. Yeah, but
Mhm.
something like that. So you need to add some valuable touchable, feasible results in your resume. uh, Portfolio, I've never been asked. I really don't know. I think that you
Okay.
should put this in your resume and then believe it in your speech. When you will answer the question, tell me about yourself, you have to uh, confidently answer this question about your achievement as a product manager.
Yeah, that is such a great point. Another one question. How can I learn some tech basis if I want to become a PM at a tech company? It's a really
Tech
great question. Yeah, tech basis.
It's actually a lot of courses for PMs, like technical courses, technical product manager, coding for product managers. It's not as deep as for engineers or data science,
Mm.
or even my last course I passed is a really cool course. Is from Meta product manager. Her name is Marilyn Nika. She's an AI product manager, and she's
Oh,
teaching AI for product. It's not deep as for AI engineers, but it's enough for you to understand the high level. So I passed this course like recently, 1 week ago. It's really great course. So, and
wow.
there are a lot of courses in Coursera, Udemy, technical courses for product managers. Just take these courses. It's pretty cheap. It's usually like, I don't know, $20, $30. A
Mhm.
lot of free video on YouTube. And this is enough for product manager.
Yeah, it's not about 10,000 hours. It's just take something, create some small plans. And
Yeah.
like you all answers, I see that you are pretty experienced. You made more than 100 different interviews with people from the tech industry.
Silicon Valley coach asking me, Anna, can you help me to prepare for PM interview?
Yes,
That's a
yes, yes.
Silicon Valley coach. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, yeah, like we all specialists in a very narrow things, so that's why, it's absolutely okay to ask. Anna, can you help to prepare for a PM interview? Yeah, because you made 100 different interviews. You know so many interesting things about product management, and can you help our audience to prepare for this?
Definitely I can do that. And I actually
Hmm.
do that. I have people who come to me and said, okay, I want this transition, I don't know what to do, or I got stuck. I help with resume. So people say that I sent 100 resumes and I had only one feedback from recruiter. And it means that something is wrong with your resume, or so that's and then the next step, I have 10 interviews with recruiter and I haven't passed it. So something is wrong with your self pitch. Tell me about yourself, and we do that. We prepare that, practice. And the third step is to PM interviews. So that's like design interview. Tell me about the time you failed, or how would you design Oculus for blind people, or any. Tell me about your product you built. Like, why did you choose to build this specific feature? What was the success for your feature? Why did you select this specific metric? So I challenge people, and people come to me and pay money for feedback. That's yeah, because the market is so like it's different. People like companies doesn't provide you feedback for your interview. They just reject you. That's it. And
Yeah,
people need to improve yourself, to improve your skills, to do something differently and better. You need the feedback.
of course.
So
Just to change
that,
the strategy.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's why the coaching, mentoring, and all that stuff is very useful to have feedback, to understand your like gaps and the weaknesses and everything else you need to improve in the future.
yeah. And we
Mm.
have a comment. Love your blog, by the way. Thank you for sharing so much useful information. Yeah, and I like
Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you.
amazing. Yeah, you like thank you for answering and thank you, Bob, for this interview.
Thank
Woohoo! Thank
you,
you so much
Seda.
for the feedback.
Thank you.
And also, I wanted to say you thank you because, like, you gave us today such a concentrated and very specific answers and like so many value. And guys, like, just watch Anna's blog. Like, maybe you can use some kind of translators or subtitles in English. And I'm so appreciate and thanks for coming today for to us. And it's really was useful for us. And guys, thanks for your activity. I want to say thank you to our viewers. Also,
Mhm.
like you have been today so much active. And if you have any suggestions in terms of what kind of topics you would like to see on our YouTube channel, please don't hesitate. Ask your comments below. And if you are watching and recording, thanks for your time. And we will have more events like this on a regular basis. And make sure to subscribe our channel. And if you find this video useful, please, we all need these likes and
Mhm.
comments below. So we would appreciate it very much. And thank you, Anna, and thank you, everyone. Um, and see you
Yeah.
soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Yeah, it was such a
I,
great.
I enjoy I enjoy giving the interview in English. Finally.
Yeah, so let's just
Mhm.
do this, and we would like to see your videos on English, and it will be more bigger audience at least.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Yeah.
thank you
And
so
then
much.
Anastasia said, "You ladies have such a great chemistry together and understand each other so well. Anna,
Yeah,
we are
I hope
probably
we do
like
some kind
potential
of
best
thing
friends."
in the future. Oh my God, yeah, and like it was a great pleasure. Oh yeah, thank you so much. We have to wrap up. Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.